Well, folks, thank you for clicking on the video. So, yes, we are running our track day with Speed Ventures. This is Josh just pulling off the straps of the trailer that I've had for a minute. And yes, I'm just I'm gonna have to confirm that yes, the Corvette fit, but I curbed one of the Forge stars on the freaking fender on the other side. So that's the double-edged sword of this video. So that's what it's about, guys. We got the car squared away, got out to the Speed Ventures track day at Las Vegas Motor Speedway outside road course, and it was a windy one, so stick around. You're watching Night Drive TV.
Come on, Duke boy.
I always wanted to build fast cars, so self-taught I started with engine swaps, composites in my apartment, to multiple shops, tuning, fabrication, and more. 10 years later, the big time, SEMA, Speed TV, a climb from nothing, but I lost it all. This is my new ride, Night Drive TV.
Night drivers and drivettes. Well, it's going to be way too windy for you to hear this, because it's always very windy up here at the raceway.
So quite literally, you can see me coming off the trailer. We had to angle into a hillside. I need to get some race ramps, but my trailer has literally the worst ramps I've ever seen on a trailer ever. So we will be busting out the MIG welder on an upcoming episode. Look at the lip on these things. You can't invert them. They won't stay in place. I don't know if it's an error. They're just the worst ramps ever. All right, well, I made it. I was up till 2:30 in the morning trying to get everything ready. Believe it or not, so I obviously put the Forge stars back on the car because obviously the Volks aren't ready. They need a wide body, but I just got this trailer not long ago, and the ramps are just garbage. They have these lips, and it curbed up my black Forge star in the front. It's gay. So yeah, that happened. And so I'm at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, outside road course, clockwise, full. Never been out here before, so I need to go use the first 2 sessions, probably just to even figure out what's happening. So it's Speed Ventures out here that I'm with, and it's a huge event. There's like 180 cars here of all kinds. I'm going to try and cover some grid and walk around. You're looking at like Hondas and S2000s and big Aero stuff and Corvette challenge and like the Willwood challenge and just all kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to find my way into the mix. Haven't I got to get a feel for the car and its new configuration and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go out there and be conservative. Obviously, I'm not trying to do anything crazy in the first couple sessions. I'll leave that for the afternoon. We got plenty of track time today, so it should be good. It's super windy though. It's mega windy, and it's Vegas right now. I don't know. This is the wind gets annoying. Great weather, but the wind is very annoying. But have somebody coming from Pennsylvania you've never seen on the channel. He's been a friend of ours for a long time. Scott, he'll be here, and so got the transponder on the car. They basically track all your times, and then they adjust the grid according to your times and where you're at, so that everybody can kind of go out initially and have a good run. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, you know what I mean? So car's got a lot more grip, should be a lot quicker. So I'm gonna just torque up my wheels, make sure everything's good to go. I did the best I could. We're gonna torque her down. If I had long hair like you. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah. Nice. That's why we check. That's why we check.
How you feeling?
Thirsty, tired, ill-prepared.
Yeah. Pretend like you're running from the cops. Or chase them, because there's like a lot of Crown Vics here.
That's such a thing, because of Cletus. So I'm going to include this shot so you can see I positioned myself behind this old 300Z. Great build and car. But you can kind of see I picked the middle sector, but I talked to the guy in the Z. He ran this track last year. Sorry for this shot. I know it looks like a snowed out shot from Durango, Colorado on our Christmas, but I just threw my camera to Josh, and he has never operated a complex SLR before. He's a GoPro guy, so it was my fault. I just thought it was exposing right. I've tried to fix it, but yeah, I kind of positioned myself behind him. He said he was making 400 horsepower ish, less tire. So I figured I'd get behind him, kind of follow the line, just lay back, and we'll see what happens. And with about 3 laps, I was back. I got a mechanical black flag. Oh man, I'm tired. Not missing anything?
I don't see anything.
He said, you got bumps coming off. I'm like, I do. He's like, you got cracks all right here. Something's happening. I'm like, that was there, bro. That was there. I just want to make sure it wasn't the transponder. Might have been my headlight kit coming on. It's still in there. Look. It's tough if you don't do it a lot, you know what I mean? There's so much. It's just a lot of work. Felt good, man. It's so balanced on these tires, new rear alignment and stuff.
Look good.
So predictable, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. The Northeast, he come to pay us a visit. This is the guy we was talking about. This guy, I'm all over now. Drove him when I was still.
Oh, I'm wind blown, so it's like 80 mile per hour winds, but my onboard stuff didn't record video, so in the first session, so having a little bit of a braking issue. It's definitely related to active handling and ABS. It didn't happen at the autocross, and I've never had it happen on this car at a track day before, but I haven't done track days in this car for a number of years. But mid-turn, kind of trail braking, you know, I'm getting a firm pedal, but then it kind of releases down, and I feel like the active handlings must be activating a rear brake or doing something like that, but I don't know. The system is, you know, I just don't have a lot of confidence when I feel like hard pedal and soft pedal, stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of a firm pedal, then it kind of releases. So I contacted Jim, who's out on the East Coast. He runs in like Optima Challenge and whatnot. So I'm just gonna see, but you know, I'm just trying to have a good time with the car. And oh, somebody just went off into the rocks. But yeah, we're gonna go back out, and I'll have my video this time, so that'll be good.
Chase you out, and who knows what you've done now. Yeah, you look a little thin, I bet you run quick. Race down to block 26, they'd never go for it. Hold your breath for the countdown, yeah, it starts now. I'll tell you when to let go of it. Let go.
Alrighty, and so the camera is working on this particular outing. So this is kind of a warm-up lap. With Speed Ventures, they give you a yellow flag on lap 1. Just let everybody stay under, I guess, controlled situations and circumstances to get the tires warm. So I have now found myself, they moved me up a bit. I'm behind these 2 Civic Type bars in a GTR, I believe it is up front. And so figured I'd kind of lay behind them. I got a few laps in the first session, so, you know, still kind of getting a feel and of just the line itself. So why not put myself behind some Civic Type bars and see how quick those cars are. So that's what we're going to do here. So here we are transitioning to the first actual hot lap. So I decided I'm gonna hang back a bit. Obviously got a couple runs in the first session. This is the second. So I'm still in the kind of learning phase of getting the feel for the track, but obviously haven't driven this car on track in this sense for quite some time. So I just don't have a lot of trust in it. I have to build it over time as I obviously refine the setup, push the car through its paces, things like that. I want to see what fails, what gives me problems, and then slowly just build up that confidence. So, you know, that's the purpose of track days. I think people need to look at, especially if it's one of your first track days or if you're just exploring a new car. You know, these are street cars. We don't have roll cages. You don't have 5-point harnesses. You know, you have limited safety equipment. And, you know, you just don't want to go out there and damage the car. You don't want to put yourself in a bad position. So, you know, explore the car, use as much of it as you can. But, you know, really what you're looking to do is just slowly work your way up. And it's not about going out and being a hero, you know what I mean? So that's what I was doing here, is getting a feel. The last time I tracked this car, I didn't have these coilovers on. I didn't have these brakes, so I mostly tracked this car when I first had it in the first couple years of when it was stock. So this is kind of a different car on track, so I wanted to really see how does it handle, you know, undulations, these curbs here, you know, and just how confident is the braking. In the first session, I was having some pedal movement. In this particular session, I went into competition mode, and I was finding it to be worse, as to where I was just kind of leaving the systems alone. A lot of people will turn this off, and that's obviously my temptation as well. But, you know, again, there's just a safety layer that it does provide that's nice to have. But inevitably, as I found out through the day, the real core issue I was having was all connected to the active handling, and the competition mode was just not working well at all. So inevitably, the system's off, gave the car the best braking feel. The brake pedal was normal, and obviously I was able to push the car in the second half of the day. But then I ran into video problems. So again, this is what happens when you're subjecting the car to lateral G's and acceleration, and, you know, you're really pushing all the components. You have to kind of get that system that works. So it's going to take me a couple track days to really get to the point to where my camera setup's good, my routine is in place, everything that I take to the track is there. I'm not scrambling so much. So, you know, that's going to take some time, and so that's why it was just about having fun here. I like chasing another car, even if it's obviously, you know, Civic Type Rs are 300 horsepower. They're probably the same weight as my Z06. This guy, you know, clearly doesn't know the line, but it's fun to chase. It's fun to just have fun and drive the car. You can see I'm part throttling a bit, but still having a good time and just feeling it out. And so that's what I enjoyed about this particular session. The next session I do obviously much better, push much harder, but I have a camera failure. And then the final session where I set the fastest laps, the camera decided to focus on the dash instead of the view in front of me. So it was a good day. And as you can see, this is a technical track. It's a very fun track. It challenges you in a lot of different ways. High speed, you can see I'm hitting around a G at over 80 miles per hour through there. Brings you down through that chicane, then into this kind of hairpin turn, quick heel toe downshift, big acceleration. So you got to use that turn to come out, get your speed here. This is another corner where I can carry a lot more, but you're going to build up confidence in the early stages of the track versus the later stages. That's just how it always seems to me. Because your memory and your ability to focus, you're kind of doing it systematically. At least that's how I build confidence. And kind of the back end of the track tends to come latest for me, but except for certain areas. Certain corners become kind of easy quickly, but some are harder to master. This transition here, setting yourself up for it to get all your speed down this straightaway was a big part of this lap. So these are all the things I'm kind of gathering. This braking zone here way early on, just because again I'm having a lot of brake confidence, and you know, I don't want to go out into these rocks. I've seen some cars do kind of have offs into these rocks, and you can really damage your front end rad support, whatever you want to say, at least in these cars. So you know, but great track, really good day, and that's the lap. I was my initial times were about 2:13, I believe, was the first lap I turned. So here in the second session, we're already down to 2:06s, and I'm slowly and progressively kind of pushing a little bit more, looking for the fast line. And some of this stuff is, you know, it's more about post analysis. That's where this data logger in this system that I'm using here that you're seeing on screen is from HP Tuners. It's this is Race Render that's using that's putting the data overlay, but it's the Track Addict app, and uses an OBD interface that plugs into the OBD port, and uses its own onboard GPS on my phone. So this is a Galaxy S22 that's mounted to the windshield, and that's what I'm using for this. So, you know, this system will give its own sector times. You can use it to really improve and find your speed, but again, I wasn't to that stage. I'm kind of still feeling out the car, but what I'm finding is the balance is really fantastic, very predictable. These are Yokohama Advan AO52s. They feel really good. I had set them at about 28 psi cold, and you know, honestly, throughout the day, I was kind of scattered with Scott being there and things like that. Really wasn't tending to the car in the sense of really checking across the face of the tire, seeing what I was using. I was looking at my wear patterns, and I was definitely not rolling the tire over. The tire was it was getting wear right to the edge. So I felt like everything, that my camber that I chose and the tire pressures I was running seemed like they were doing well. So biggest issue I honestly had through some of these through this session, and I was getting black flagged here because of smoke on decel, but what it was the lack of lateral support, and just a high grip tire. My bracing myself against the steering wheel, just definitely need a much more supportive seat to take these cars to the next step on track. So yeah, suffered this issue also throughout the day, getting mechanical black flags. They were convinced that I was going to blow up my car, so have some valve seal leakage. The catch can didn't fix it, so that kind of daisy chained into me not making it to LS Fest for the autocross. So I'm working on doing some valve seals for the next event. So
we brought you in because you're starting to smoke, so we just don't want you to blow something or any of that.
Yeah.
Go take a look for me.
Yeah.
Okay?
What'd you do?
black flagged me for the smoke. Mechanical black flag.
What?
They think I'm gonna blow it up or something.
You're crushing it.
So we were really enjoying watching this ZR1 get it done out there. There was two ZR1s there that day, but this guy was wrapping up early. I'm going to show you when I did chase this Caterham, we were running pretty well, but my camera failed. So I'm going to show you that here. So yes, if you're not familiar, the way that the structure was with Speed Ventures, like I said, they have a transponder given to all the cars. And you work your way up the grid in your particular group. I was obviously conservative with the group that I entered. I entered a what would be considered like an intermediate point by passing only with track experience, but not as say as fast or as confident as you know, an advanced group. So this put me in a mix of cars. This Caterham was a pretty quick and a good target for me. These are pretty light. I think they're only about 1250, maybe 1250 or 1300 pounds. Pretty quick in the straight line. We ended up having a pretty good run together. I ended up getting faster and passing him, but it was a good target. But then this happened right here. You'd think I wrecked out, but it was my camera mount, and it never recorded the rest of the session where I passed him, unfortunately. What's your thoughts on this track experience we've been a part of?
I'm ready.
So we're gonna go back out. Scott's gonna go with me. So he's, and you know, the last session of the day, you know what happens, Scott. Push it. Everybody pushes it. That's when everybody dies on the last. It's the last chance to break the record.
Might be the first and last time.
Yeah, no, but
I think it's fantastic.
yeah,
I think the best part about it are the crown fix.
yeah, he likes the crown fix.
Something about watching those things body rolling into that bend down there. Oh, man, just they're coming in.
What you think? What's your thoughts on this whole
I
deal?
think the Sable could have did pretty good out here.
The Sable. This dude's talking about his Sable. Never been in a car on track? No, never.
Be
So
interesting.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
it's gonna be
Nothing
fun.
prepared you for the braking. We were up in the mountains, in Georgia.
Yeah.
It's the braking. The turns a little bit. The turns get you a little bit.
Yeah.
But accelerating, like you're used to that. You're
Yeah.
expecting it. Don't be like those people who go up in them planes.
Yeah.
Nobody, you all right back there? We're at one. Worried too.
Yeah.
Worried. They're like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
His helmet's on the window.
That's how it happens.
They're pushing like a lot of G's though.
And then they wake up and they're like, "You good back there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fine."
I'm good. They're sitting there laughing. Yeah.
Oh man, look what they give them. Man, they give you like it's like you're in from Le Mans, bro. It's like looks like some stuff you're about to go somewhere.
Holy shit! I didn't want to get him. See, power right in the middle. Power. This is a scary turn. See how confident it is? See how far I'm looking?
And like going in and out of the corners is just
So much grip, isn't it?
so
And you feel the balance of the car. It's
Yeah.
just like you could feel it moving, rotating, sliding a little bit. You know what I mean? Like when you could just feel that, you lean on that edge, and that's where the speed's at.
And I think the appreciation for the speed is like the way the car's designed to handle not only the speed but the turns.
Yeah.
They accelerate in and get out of the corner is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, I was
He got a little tear. I think he got a little tear, guys. He got
it's appreciation.
He's like, God.
And I'm sitting here thinking, it's like, you know what? I want one of these, but nah.
All right. Well, that was quite a day. I'm pretty tired. Need a little gel in the hairpiece. But that was it. It was a good day. Got more work to do to the car, the brakes, rotors. Well, why does he look like that? Why are you looking like that on my video?
Check the tires.
Check the
Check the rim.
Yeah, we got some things. So continued evolution, folks.